What if I told you that the world you live in, every opportunity, every struggle, every relationship, is not just happening to you but is happening through you? Imagine waking up to the shocking truth that your mind is not merely a passive observer of life, but the very architect of your experience. From your beliefs to your inner dialogue, the thoughts you nurture silently sculpt the people you meet, the events you attract, and the reality you live. This isn't magic, it's the profound power of consciousness at work. The question is, are you shaping your world with intention, or is your inner world designing your life by default? This profound insight lies at the heart of Neville Goddard's philosophy. A mystic and spiritual teacher of the mid-20th century, Neville introduced a timeless idea. Consciousness creates reality. But what does it truly mean to say that consciousness creates reality? According to Neville, the external world, people, events, circumstances, is a direct reflection of our internal state. Our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, whether we are aware of them or not, become the blueprint for the life we experience. Consider two individuals, one who holds a deep belief in abundance and another who constantly feels lack. The first is likely to find opportunities flowing toward them, while the latter may encounter continual obstacles. For Neville, this isn't a matter of luck or fate, it's the natural expression of each person's inner reality. To explain how this works, Neville divided the mind into two realms, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is where we deliberate and decide. It's the arena of observation, will, and choice, where intentions are formed. But beneath this lies the vast and influential subconscious, which houses our ingrained beliefs, assumptions, and emotional memories. The subconscious does not judge or question. It accepts what we truly believe as fact and quietly works to materialize it. If we deeply believe in our success, our subconscious gets to work aligning reality to match. But if fear or doubt resides within, the same subconscious will manifest those conditions too. For Neville, imagination is no trivial faculty. He saw it as the very creative force of God within us, the sacred tool through which reality is formed. When we engage the imagination deeply and feel the imagined scene as real, the subconscious receives it as truth and begins to shape life accordingly. Imagination, in his view, was the divine voice, the holy architect that molds the visible world to match the invisible vision. This perspective transforms imagination from mere fantasy into a potent tool of creation. When used deliberately and with feeling, it becomes a sacred power capable of bringing forth any desired reality. If we learn to use this tool with intention, we can shape our lives with precision and purpose. One of Neville's most impactful teachings is the principle of living in the end. Rather than longing for or striving toward a goal, he taught us to assume the emotional state of already having attained it. Instead of saying, "I hope to be successful," you feel what it would be like to already live in that success. Imagine aspiring to become a published author. Neville would instruct you to picture your book already on the shelves, feel the pride of holding it, and imagine the joy of readers praising your words. The key is to embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not someday but now. This is the law of assumption, the idea that what we assume to be true in our inner world becomes real in the outer world. The subconscious doesn't require a roadmap of how something will come to be. It only needs a firm belief in the end result. Once that is accepted, the how naturally unfolds in unexpected ways. Our job is not to micromanage the process but to hold the vision and the feeling steadily. To apply these principles, Neville offered practical techniques: visualization, assumption, and revision. Each of these uses imagination to consciously reprogram the subconscious. Visualization involves mentally experiencing a desired outcome as though it's already true. But it's not about merely seeing an image. You must feel it. Smell the air, hear the sounds, notice the textures and emotions. If visualizing wealth, don't just picture the money, Feel the comfort and security it brings. Let the scene become so real in your mind that your subconscious accepts it as your current truth. Assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled goes deeper. It's not just a visualization, it's an embodiment. You inwardly become the version of yourself who already has what you desire. You walk, think, and feel as if the reality is yours now. Assumption, though false, Neville said, if persisted in, will harden into fact. By living from the assumption of success, love, or health, you gradually reshape your subconscious beliefs. These inner changes inevitably influence your outer reality. Over time, life begins to match the new script you've accepted within. Then there is revision, a uniquely powerful technique. Revision invites us to return in our imagination to a painful or disappointing past moment and alter its outcome. Where traditional manifestation focuses on the present or future, revision heals and rewrites the past's influence on the subconscious. Imagine a memory that still holds pain, a failed conversation, an embarrassing moment, or a time you felt rejected. According to Neville, such unhealed memories become part of the subconscious program and continue to influence the present. But by revisiting that memory and reimagining it with a new ending, perhaps where the conversation brings clarity instead of conflict, or where you felt loved instead of rejected, you change its emotional imprint. In this practice, close your eyes and return to that moment. Visualize it unfolding in the ideal way. See understanding, peace, success, or love where there was once regret or pain. Let yourself feel the revised version as vividly and emotionally as you can. As far as your subconscious is concerned, this new version is the truth. In doing this, you are freeing yourself from old patterns that no longer serve you. This method is especially useful for recurring emotional themes. If you often feel undervalued, you may trace it back to a formative moment. Revising that experience can plant a new belief that you are worthy, seen, and appreciated. As this new truth takes root, your eternal life often begins to shift to reflect it. Revision is more than memory reimagining. It is a profound act of liberation, a way of reclaiming authorship over your personal story. Through it, you free yourself from the emotional weight of the past and rewrite the subconscious patterns that silently govern your life. Neville taught that transformation always begins within. To change the world around you, you must first change your assumptions about it. This not only transforms your personal reality but, through the interconnected web of consciousness, influences others as well. He also spoke of our shared subconscious connection, the collective consciousness. We are not isolated beings, but threads in a larger spiritual tapestry. When one person shifts their beliefs, the ripple touches others in subtle yet profound ways. Our internal work, then, is not selfish. It is a quiet act of service to the world. Yet beyond all these teachings on manifestation and reality shaping lies Neville's deeper message: spiritual awakening. He called it the promise. The realization that we are not separate from God but expressions of God. The creative power within us is not merely a tool to get what we want, but a sign of our divine nature. As we learn to create consciously through belief and imagination, we begin to uncover our true identity. We are not passive recipients of fate, but divine beings with the ability to shape our world. The promise is not just about achieving goals, it is the journey of awakening to our sacred creative power. Your external world is a reflection of your internal landscape. The beliefs you hold, the images you dwell on, and the feelings you entertain, these are not fleeting thoughts, they are blueprints. Whether you realize it or not, your mind is always at work shaping your reality. But here's the empowering truth: you can choose. You can rewrite old stories, reimagine new outcomes, and live from a state of conscious creation. By mastering your mind, you master your world. Not just to attract success or happiness, but to awaken to your true nature as a deliberate creator. The world changes when you do. Neville Goddard's teachings invite us into a sacred dance with life, to become aware of our thoughts, master our beliefs, and consciously imagine the world we wish to live in. Through this, we do not only create better circumstances, we discover who we truly are.